Seats position locked, seatbelts fastened, doors and windows closed and secure, fuel selector on the least full tank, battery master switch on.
This is my first flight in 60 days. We've been unable to travel because of coronavirus movement restrictions. I'm heading up to Blackpool today, an almost direct track of 173 miles. Flight time just over 1.5 hours. Blackbushe information, Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo. Request aerodrome information, VFR flight to Blackpool.
Roger, Liverpool 5, taxi Alpha 125 left-hand circuit, the QNH is 1024.
I've prepared carefully for this flight owing to my extended downtime. I've reread critical parts of the pilot operating handbook and revised key airspeeds and emergency procedures. So, first flight in 60 days. Tiny bit nervous, especially as a bit of the flight looks like it could be in IMC. We'll try and stay VFR. I've got a mixed rules flight plan. A mixed rules flight plan is where you depart VFR and switch at a defined point en route to IFR or vice versa. I filed this flight plan through Euro FPL. NOTAMs had asked for flight plans today if crossing controlled airspace. I'm not the only one who's, figuratively speaking, rusty. The aeroplane hasn't flown for about a month as well, so my pre-flight check of the aeroplane and engine run-up were extremely thorough. So, in the event of a problem on the ground, we'll stop. If we've taken off, we'll land back. If we can't land back, we'll aim to the left and we'll be selecting a glide of about 79 knots. After takeoff, we'll climb, we'll accelerate to 70 knots, we'll rotate. We'll come back to 25, so it'll be power and then RPM. Tap the brakes and then bring the gear up.
Ready for departure,
Golf Zulu Romeo Alpha 1 ready for departure.
Golf Zulu Romeo, runway 25, take off your discretion, surface wind 27007 knots.
Taking off runway 25, Golf Zulu Romeo. Runway is clear.
Okay. Golf Bravo Zulu Echo Bravo, request taxi to the pump. Zulu Bravo, Liverpool 5, taxi pump.
Okay, temperatures, pressures are in the green. Airspeed is alive.
Uniform, request rejoin information.
60 knots.
Golf uniform, Blackbushe information, it's runway 25, left-hand circuit, QFE 1021.
QFE 1021, 25 left, I've got 5 miles to run.
Roger, caution, I have one aircraft departing, which is departing to the north.
I'll go further to the north and come round. Golf White uniform, thank you.
Here is up.
Blackbushe information, good morning. This is Golf Charlie India Charlie Golf, requesting a radio check, taxi instructions and airfield information. I'll be heading out to the north and west.
Charlie India Charlie Golf, Blackbushe information, Liverpool 5, taxi Alpha 125, left-hand circuit, QNH 1024.
That's Liverpool 5, also taxi to Alpha 1 for runway 25 with the left-hand circuit, QNH 1024, Golf Charlie Golf.
Temperatures, pressures are in the green. Golf Zulu Romeo leaving the ATZ to the west, climbing through altitude 1,300 feet.
Zero, Roger, got one aircraft inbound from the north, reported 5 miles.
Golf Zulu Romeo.
Report leaving frequency.
One of my plans to deal with threats and errors today was to make more use of the physical checklist than I usually do. Generally speaking, in light aircraft in the UK, we're trained to use mnemonics to remember basic checks rather than getting heads down with a physical list, but today's flight calls for this extra precaution. Landing gear is up, flaps are up.
Uniform Bravo Bravo, Blackbushe information, Liverpool 5, taxi Alpha.
Airspeed is correct. Landing and recog light
1024.
comes off.
1024.
Flip fuel pump comes off. Pressure holding. Engine instruments are within limits. After takeoff checks complete. Golf Zulu Romeo changing frequency to Farnborough West listening score 125.250.
Golf Zulu Romeo, Roger. Speak to you later.
Cheerio. Just cruise here for a minute. Get ourselves nice and settled in this position. Power back to 23. RPM to 23. I'll lean back to 10. So what we're doing at the moment is just basically getting ourselves nice and settled into the flight. We're not trying anything special. Got ourselves nice and level here at 2,100 feet. The aircraft is behaving as it should. I'm just checking everything, double checking everything. Oh well, it's great to be up in the air again after so long, you know. But we ought to talk to London Information. 124750. London Information, Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo, request basic service.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo, London Information. Good morning, pass message.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo is PA28 Arrow from Blackbushe to Blackpool. Mixed flight rules, currently VFR. We're currently Charlie Papa Tango, altitude 2,300 feet, 1024. Routing through the Bryce zone. And I'm looking for an activation of a flight plan, departed Blackbushe, minute 13.
That's no problem at all, I'll activate that for you. Are you also after basic service?
It's not necessary, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Golf Zulu Romeo, just stand by. Golf Zulu Romeo, your flight plan has been activated.
Golf Zulu Romeo, thank you. Change of frequency then to Bryce radar 124.275. Good day.
Golf Zulu Romeo, Roger. Good morning.
So we're going to climb up to 36.
Tascam zone, Golf Charlie Juliet Oscar Tango.
3727.
Thanks for calling Bryce radar. You're barely readable. Say again your call sign and pass your message.
Golf Charlie Juliet Oscar Tango.
So we've done a very thorough pre-flight checkout of the aircraft today. The aircraft hasn't flown for about 3 to 4 weeks. And quite a number of you asked me, could I do a video about that? I'm afraid I can't. I had to be 100% focused on my pre-flight today. So I apologise for that. Basically, we checked every nook and cranny. We took our time. We checked the tyres, we checked the hoses, we got right underneath the aircraft and looked inside and underneath where the wheels are retracted up into. There were some very, very light bugs up there. There was like an infestation of tiny, tiny bugs that wouldn't have caused us any problem. I mean, I shooed them out, but I don't even know what they were. They were like gnats, really, very, very small. So we filed a mixed rules flight plan. I think that's Z. We're going VFR to IFR. And the reason for that is that the weather up Blackpool way, it's a bit of low cloud around, so I'm not sure quite how it's going to work out. It's well above my minima, so coming down the ILS shouldn't be a problem. I know I didn't want to complicate a flight today. I wanted it nice VFR, benign conditions, but I felt, you know, I had the first portion of the flight that was VFR and was going to be easy peasy. I could get settled into it, could get all my radios tuned, and then if I feel comfortable I can go IFR if I want to. If not, I can turn back. I've got enough fuel to probably do this trip about 3 or 4 times. So that's the thinking. We'll see how we do. You know, if I feel I'm overwhelmed, I'll climb and I'll turn around and come back. Not a big deal. Another thing I did, I went through a lot of threats prior to this flight, thinking, what is it that's going to kill me today? And mitigated most of those threats. Good planning on this flight, lots of thinking went into it over 2 or 3 days. It's a route I'm reasonably familiar with, actually. Just double checking the airspace along here as I come through. One of the biggest threats I felt was, well, partly me being rusty, but actually that doesn't seem to have had any impact on me at all. I feel quite confident, which may be a bad thing, we'll see. The other issue I was thinking about was the aircraft, and the aircraft having been idle for 3 to 4 weeks. So I was prepared for an engine failure. I knew what I was going to do. I knew where I was going to go to. I was looking at the fields I was going to take on the climb out. It's not great climbing out of Blackbushe. There's a car market, I think, at the end of the runway. This is crazy. We're listening to Birmingham over there. We've got no traffic at all on the approach frequency. So I wonder if your aerodrome is open and you're able to go on a flight. I know some aerodromes are strictly staying closed for the time being, and of course that's their right. They may have eager customers wanting to get up in the air. They may be a bit disappointed by that. The other thing is lots of people have currency requirements on their group or on their club or on their private share that requires them to fly every 30 days for currency. Luckily the Blackbushe group has been very flexible and has basically let pilots judge for themselves whether they think they are competent to fly. I mean, there is a risk associated with that, but if pilots are diligent and prepare for their flights properly and don't do silly things, no reason why after 60 days you couldn't fly. So I'm going to be meeting up with plain old Ben in Blackpool. He's pretty much been home alone, I think, for 6 weeks. And we're going to go to the beach and have a socially distanced meet-up. You know, I do this route a lot in the Warrior, and it takes quite a long time. And in the Arrow, we've only got 20 knots extra, but we really are motoring along. It really does feel a much quicker flight. I mean, I could push it even more if I wanted to, but seems no need to do that. Shout out to Simon Keeling from Aviation Weather School. I have done this flight based on the knowledge I've learned from Simon's course, so I was able to look at the charts and think that the flight was possible. So at some point north of here we're going to end up in the cloud. My hope is that there will be a layer in between layers of cloud that we can fly in above the cloud. The worst case scenario will be we'll be completely in the soup for about 20 minutes or more. Really would rather not have to do that. I wonder if we'll pick up Manchester, Liverpool's weather. 12433.
Liverpool, information, hotel, time 0950, runway news 27, surface wind 2207 knots, visibility 10 kilometer or more, broken 1,900 feet, overcast 2,100 feet, temperature.
So basically
Liverpool,
it's
hotel,
cloud ceiling of 1,900 feet. So we would have to be at 900 feet in order to comply with VFR through that, because of the new standardised European rules of the air, Class D airspace. So that's not doable, so we're going to have to go through either special VFR or IFR. I'm going to request IFR, and this was the point at which I declared that I would be going IFR. So we're going to go and set that now, which is a 2000 squawk, a new conspicuity squawk for IFR flight outside of controlled airspace. Liverpool radar, Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo, requests CTA transit.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo, Liverpool radar, good afternoon. Requesting good morning, squawk 5051, basic service, flash details.
Squawk 5051, basic service. Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo is a PA28 Arrow, Blackbushe to Blackpool IFR, currently 25 miles southeast of Liverpool, altitude 3,300 feet, 1023. Request CTA transit at 3,300 feet, Whitegate, Lima Papa Lima, direct.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo, identified basic service, QNH1022, confirm your altitude.
QNH1022, altitude 3,200 feet, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Roger, just remain outside controlled airspace for now.
Golf Zulu Romeo.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo, are you able to accept flight at 3,500 feet IFR?
I have to be below 3,500, but I can maintain 3,500 outside the Class Alpha, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo is cleared to cross Liverpool and Manchester controlled airspace at 3,500 feet IFR, QNH 1022.
Golf Charlie Bravo Zulu Romeo is cleared to cross Liverpool and Manchester controlled airspace at altitude 3,500 feet IFR, QNH 1022, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Golf Zulu Romeo, that is correct. You will enter controlled airspace in about 3 miles. Be radar control on entering.
Radar control on entering, Golf Zulu Romeo. Wharton radar 129530. Power down. Track is 348. Skimming across the top of the clouds here actually. Temperatures well above freezing. And we are 1 mile from Whitegate. Lima Papa Lima is 349.5. So I feel quite comfortable at the moment. The plane, you know, when the plane is nice and trimmed, it's not needing much work. I mean, I'm getting distracted on my route, my heading, because I'm tuning things. .338, that's correct. You know, the alternative to this would have been a scud run through the low-level route. I say scud run, it's sort of 1,300, 1,200, 1,300 feet, isn't it? And that might have been preferable to some. But we're under a radar control here, being separated from everything else. So how far from me? We're 26 miles from Blackpool now. So let's brief the approach. So we'll go over the beacon and then track outbound 272 before reversing back into the beacon. Then we'll go out 096 and then reversal turn at 6 miles. So we're going to have a headwind of about 10 knots. We're going to be doing about 80, so about 430 feet per minute on the way down. Temperatures and pressures are all good. See if we can get the Blackpool ATIS.
10 kilometers or more, cloud, broken at 2,000 feet, temperature 13, dew point 12, QNH 1022 hectopascals. Advise ATC that you have copied information, Charlie. This is Blackpool, airfield information, Charlie, at time 1020, runway in use, 28, surface wind 270 degrees, 13 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, cloud, broken at 2,000 feet, temperature 13, 3, dew point. 1, 2, QN.
Blackpool approach, Golf Charlie Bravo, Zulu Romeo, inbound with Charlie QNH 1022 IFR.
Golf Charlie Bravo, Zulu Romeo, Blackpool approach. Good morning, information Charlie QNH 1023. Report your level this time and your DME from the Bravo Papa Lima, please.
Level 3,300 feet, 1023, and we are 6.5 DME, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Golf Zulu Romeo, Roger, one ready, squawk 0451. You're clear to the Bravo Papa Lima, descending to altitude 3,000 feet on set QNH, and you can expect no delay for the ILS DME approach runway 28.
Squawk 0451, proceed to Bravo Papa Lima, descend altitude 3,000 feet, no delay for the ILS DME runway 28, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Golf Zulu Romeo, all correct, it's a procedural service. On reaching the Bravo Papa Lima, you're cleared for the ILS DME approach runway 28 on set QNH. Next report, Bravo Papa Lima outbound.
Procedural service, and once reaching the Bravo Papa Lima, cleared for the ILS DME 28 and report Bravo Papa Lima, Golf Zulu Romeo. And our outbound course is, so the missed approach is climb straight ahead to 2,000. I'm straight ahead to 2,000, and then turn left to Bravo Papa Lima. So we have the ILS DME. So we're going to turn right, heading 096. That'll be our course, and we're on OBS. And we're expecting a slight left. Fuel is on, radios are tuned and identified, engine temperatures and pressures are in the green, direction indicator 340. And will be 096. Golf Zulu Romeo, Bravo Papa Lima outbound.
Golf Zulu Romeo, thank you. You can next report localizer established. Caution, be advised you might see water and aerodrome on your left-hand side on a 6-mile final of runway 28 at Blackpool.
Port localizer established, Roger, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Technically speaking, what I'm doing here is incorrect. I should have done a reversal turn by making a parallel entry. By doing a 90-degree turn to the right onto the outbound course, it's led to a very scrappy track.
So now we can descend down to, with 3,000 feet, descend to 2,000 feet. We've got a procedural turn at 6 miles. At 6 we go 051. Max drift is 9. 5. Okay, 051, and we time that 1 minute. Now put that to V-lock, turn that off. Miserable out here. brakes, undercarriage, mixture's rich. Landing lights on, nav lights on, record lights on. Temperatures and pressures are in the green. Direction indicator is aligned. And coming on 1 minute there. So we're now coming on to the localizer. And the course is 276.
Golf Delta Foxtrot, Delta 2, runway 28, left turn up, clear for takeoff, surface wind 260 degrees, 12 knots.
Delta 3, runway 28, clear takeoff, left hand turn out, Golf Delta Foxtrot.
As I hold off on the turn to intercept the localizer, I put the gear down, but watch what happens. No green lights.
Okay, we're in gear speed.
I distinctly remember the voice in my head say, "No, not today, please." I bring the gear back up again and then realise where I've gone wrong.
Nav lights. It's the nav lights.
With the nav lights turned on, the gear down indicators are dimmed for night flying.
Golf Zulu Romeo, localizer established.
Golf Zulu Romeo, roger, continue approach, next report 3 DME.
Next report 3 DME, Golf Zulu Romeo. So, we've got 3 greens. We begin down at 6. So on the missed approach it'll be climb straight ahead to 2,000 feet. And our ground speed now is 78. It'll be 430, but that's at 90. We should be at 1680. I'll put one stage of flap down. And at 3 we should be at 1040. Obviously Romeo 3 DME.
Golf Zulu Romeo, runway 28, clear to land, surface wind 270 degrees, 11 knots.
Clear to land 28, Golf Zulu Romeo. Okay, so now we go full RPM. Stage of flap. Reds, blues and greens. Am I made? Am I in sight?
Golf Zulu Romeo, continue down the runway, vacate second right onto Delta, taxi to High G via Delta and Bravo.
Second right onto Delta to High G via Delta and Bravo, Golf Zulu Romeo.
Hi John. Hi Ben. This is the High G team. This is Eddie, it's his hangar. Oh. This is Alex and this is Sol.
So we're on Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and it is a pleasure to be with plain old Ben.
Hello. Hello John.
Stay away.
I'm not that
Stay
big.
away.
That
2
was
meters.
2 meters.
That was not 2 meters. That was 1 meter 90 centimeters. Oh, it's so good to have gone flying again, Ben. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and help me pass the 20,000 subscriber level. Until next time, fly safely, my friends.